Hey students, it's Mr. Winchell here, and this lesson video is the first in a series that is going to show you how to successfully complete career research. Most of you have that you will research at least 1, 2, or maybe 3 different careers as one of your transition goals and a component of your IEP. And so today I'm going to show you the first few steps I need you to take before you begin filling out the career research document that we've looked at. Okay. The website I want you to be using throughout this process is called virtualjobshadow.com. So you can see up here, I've already in my Chrome web browser gone to virtualjobshadow.com. And in the top right-hand corner, you should see a big blue button that says log in. Now, if this is your first time logging in, you're going to need to search for the license that the high school has purchased. So I'm going to type right in this box here, Logan High School, and select Logan High from the drop-down menu. Make sure it's the Logan City School District one. Then your username is going to be your last name dot your first name. If you have multiple last names, it should be your first last name. And if you go by a nickname or abbreviate your first name, make sure you spell it out all of the way, just like it is shown on Aspire, because that's where they drew the information from to create your logins. So for example, if your name is Alexander, make sure you type Alexander and not Alex. The password is an acronym. It's just LHS for Logan High School, VJS, Virtual Job Shadow, 2020, and then press submit. Feel free to let me know if you have trouble signing in with that particular login information, and I can probably figure yours out, or contact the Gear Up office. And this is what the website Virtual Job Shadow looks like. The license for this website has been purchased using funds through the program Gear Up, which is a federal program that supports students transition from high school to post-secondary educational opportunities. And we're going to use it largely to research careers, but it has many other functions as well. Before you actually pick a career, what I need you to determine is some of your interests and aptitudes by using an assessment that they have on this website. And this assessment is pretty common across multiple platforms. And so it's called like a career cluster survey. So I'm going to click on the Tools tab in the upper right-hand corner. And then I'm going to click on Assessments, and it's going to take me to an assessment page. You can see the very first option here at the very top is the Career Clusters Interest Survey. And like I said, that's a pretty common title, and it's an assessment that you'll find across a variety of platforms and programs that basically matches you with different categories of careers. As you can see, since I've already taken the assessment, I've got one right here actually, and I could click on results and view the results. If you're doing this for the first time though, you should just see this big pink button right here that says Start New, and you're just going to click on Start New. Then it gives you a brief introduction to the survey. There's 102 statements that you have to rank from definitely dislike to definitely like. You can also use the keyboard as a shortcut. So for example, if I want definitely dislike, I can just press the number 1 on my keyboard. This would be 2, 3, 4, and 5. Please read each statement very carefully. And if you're not sure what a particular statement means, ask myself or another adult, or you could even ask a peer, or feel free to search it up on the internet. It is very important that you know exactly what each question is asking, because it's going to recommend a particular career or career cluster based on the information that you input. Okay, so feel free to take your time. You can go back and forth within the survey. This first statement says learning how things grow and stay alive. So for example, maybe say I really like that. Okay, and that's just a sample. Then you'll click the green button in the bottom right-hand corner to start the actual survey. It should just display one question at a time. Again, you can see the progress on the very bottom, question 1 of 102. Don't be overwhelmed that there's so many questions, so just feel free to take your time. It should take you about 30 minutes to complete. So for example, gathering evidence to solve a case maybe is something I like, so I'm going to press 4 on my keyboard. Creating reports to present detailed information, I definitely like that, so I'll press 5. Working to affect change in my community, I'm neutral, could take it or leave it, so I'll press 3, and so on and so forth. You can toggle throughout the quiz using these buttons at the very bottom. The double arrow will take me all the way back to the beginning. The double arrow to the right would take me as far as I've gone in the quiz, which could potentially be the end. And the single arrows on the left and right move forward and back one question. If you're in the middle of the survey and you need to return to it later, you can always hit the save and quit button in the bottom right-hand corner. Make sure you hit that and don't just close out your web browser or you will lose all of the information you've already completed. However, hopefully you're able to sit down in one session and complete this, and you'll click on that submit button at the very end. I want to show you really quickly what it looks like once you've actually completed the survey. So I'm just going to hit my browser's back button. And you can see here I've completed the survey. I can click on this blue results button. And you're presented with particular clusters, okay? I really want you to focus in on the top 3 clusters that are recommended for you. Now, these aren't particular careers, but they're more categories of careers. Okay, so for example, my top career cluster is education and training, which perhaps shouldn't be too surprising since I'm a teacher. And then on the right-hand side here, it has a particular score associated with that cluster. I like that at the very top here, they kind of tell us that scores between 30 and 19 are in the high range, indicating a strong preference for that particular cluster. 18 to 9 is an average range, meaning you're just as likely as anybody else to fall into that category just by random chance. And 8 to 0 indicate that you would really dislike that particular career. So if, for example, on the survey, you indicated neutral a lot of times, you might get scores that tend to be lower, like 20 and below. And if you indicated a lot of extreme likes, and you might get scores that are really high, like between 30 and 19. And if you indicate a lot of dislikes, you might get scores that are really, really low. So that's why it's really important to carefully consider each question and answer honestly. Okay, you can also click into these individual clusters to see particular careers, but more on that later as you actually begin to research careers. I do have a quiz on Canvas where you are supposed to list your top 3 career clusters. That would just be the title. For example, I would just type these 3 and the score associated with each. So I would type each of those 3 top clusters and the score associated with each, which all happens to be the same in my particular case of 28. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.